What's up, guys? Welcome back to the next video on learning Java. My name is Curious and you guys watching my channel Coriowood. Alright, so we have seen in the previous video we have seen the if statements, or you can say if conditional statements, or control statements. So whatever you call it is if conditional statements. So if we have checked in our first instance, we have declared the database, we have declared a variable, and we call it number is the type data type int, and we assign -5, and we check the if it's less than 0, then we have a negative number. So what if it's not, for example, if it's greater than 0, then what you guys gonna do? So we're gonna come down and we're gonna look here, and what happens is we're gonna, for the time being, we're gonna comment this one out. You guys should now know how to comment, and this is very good for debugging purposes if you guys wants to be the professional Java programmer. And if you run this our code, so our code is run, your number is a negative number. So what happens if we change this one to, for example, 7, positive number? Then if you run, if you're making game or something, then if you assign, say if the user put a 7, if you have this condition, then the user is not going to see anything. Why the user is not going to see anything? Because we don't have a else again here. So you guys need to put a if, whatever if, then what happens if the condition is so not matching this condition. We have put a condition if our number is less than 0. What happens if our number is greater than 0? Then we can put else. It's just like when you putting a website, and when you say if the users, for example, log in, if the user password is correct, you can enter to our website. What happens if the users the login's credential is not correct, login not correct? So whatever the users provide, the information is not correct. So what we do is that we put else, another part, which if this condition is not true, if the condition is not correct, then we're going to go on the second option. Then we can display it, we either redirect the user back to the index page, to the first page, or we can give a user, say your password is not correct. So now we have added else, and keep in mind, you guys sometime going to see like this. Most of the programs, some people, they're going to write it like this. So I'm going to put it here. Most of the programs, people like it like this, like you're going to see in many books, or you're going to see in a lot of people's when they program, they're going to put it like this. So but Java's pretty cool. Java's don't care. It's just not like Python. It gives you indentation error, but it is regardless. Even if you put in one line, for example, Java's pretty much cool about it. So Java don't mind even if you put it like this. Yeah, so if you put it here, and if you put it in all in one line, Java is still okay. But the reason we're gonna put it here, because we have 2 here. So here you guys gonna put another one. For example, we're gonna copy that one, and we're gonna bring it here. So your number is negative number, then else your number is a positive number. Your number is, we're gonna put a positive number. Okay, so when we run, and if you assign 7, you can cover both ends. So the user is gonna, even the user is gonna put a, say if the user put a -7, we're gonna put that your number is a negative number. We're gonna put the part. So if the user is gonna put a, for example, 77, then we're gonna put it here. So we're gonna put a positive number. How cool is this? Alright, so we can apply the same if else here in our second part here. So we're going to remove the comment here, and just remove the comment. For example, if the score is for example less than 50, and you lost the game. What if the user scores greater than 50, for example? Then we're going to exactly do the same message, for example, and then we're going to put it here. Your score is with the plus score, and if the score is less than 50, that's what we're gonna put it for the user. Say for example, if it's above the 50, then what happens? If it's less than 50, we're gonna put you lost the game, and if you put a you lost the game, and we put a you win the game. You win the game, and you can press any game. You can put a yay, and you can put a nice message for the user to make the user happy, because the user has won the game. So we can put it here. If the user putting less than 50, the user lost the game. Otherwise the user win the game. So we're gonna go and try, and we're gonna run. Say if the user is gonna put the, say for example, enter score. If the user is gonna put a 20, you lost the game. But if you run again, say for example, if the user is gonna put another number, say 70, then you score 70, you win the game. So that's what with the if else, because else is another part of the story. So if someone's telling you the if, that's one part of the story. So if for example in plain English we say if we do this, then what happens, then that's a then part, because you guys need to understand the if and else. Because if the score is such a score is less than say for example 50, okay, that's fine. If the user lost, what if the user scores for example 100, what happens then? Because your program should have both sides. So if your user scores 100, that means we should display a good message that yeah, you win the game, and we should encourage the users to keep on playing in our game, because we developed this game. So we want the user to say the user win the game. How cool is this? So that's if else, because here we have if and else on, we have both sides of the say picture. You can't just tell the users, look, you cannot if you score this one, my game is gonna only say display this message. What happens if the user win the game? For example, in our case, we score say for example 100 here. So our score is 100. For example, our score is 70 or 60, above 50. So in that case, we should tell the user that we should display a message that the user has actually won the game. Okay, so that's how the if else is in Java. That's if else. It's called if conditional statements, or if else conditional statements. But there is another one, it's called nested if, and that's, we're going to discuss that in the next video. So in the next video we're going to go on the nested if statement. What happens if you have many ifs, for example? What happens in that case? So we're going to discuss that one in the next video. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe Coriowood. If you guys have any question or comment, leave in the comment box. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.